Welcome to Fran's Friends. I'd like to take a little trip down memory lane again. I was cleaning out a cupboard the other day and I found an old coat that my mother had knit my Dachshund puppy for Christmas one year. And I thought, well, it seems silly. I didn't want to ever part with it. So I thought, I've got a Dachshund pattern that I could do up and utilize the coat that she knit as part of the project. So I pulled a pattern and it's called Tilda, and it's a Dapper Dachshunds. And they're free patterns that you can go onto Facebook, on YouTube, and just download them and print them. So I did that, and it's very, very simple pattern. There's only 4 pieces for the 2 ears. There's the full body part, and then there's just a small tail, and then just an underbelly. So it didn't take very long to put the actual dog together. So that's what we used for the pattern. And here's the sweater that my mom made. And I thought, I was really reluctant to try and cut it because it would fray. So I took some adhesive interlining or underlining, and I ironed it onto the wool, and then I did a sample cut to see if it would work, and it did. And what I've got here is the underlining or interfacing, and then here's what it looks like when it's actually been cut. So it's a nice straight line, and there's just a tiny bit of fraying from the wool. So in order to do this, you would have to either blanket stitch around the edge to keep it stable, or in this case, what I did was I sewed 2 pieces together and sort of made it a new coat for the Dachshund that I did. On the actual body of the dog, I used some upholstery fabric in the brown, because my little dogs were, tans. And I used the interfacing adhesive, but the thicker woolly one for the base, which I find gives it a lot more structure and have your piece stand a little bit better and be put together better. So that's what I used for the body and the extra pieces. Now, this is what we did. We did the ears in the actual sweater, and I backed the ears with the brown of the body. So that's what the ears look like. There's the front of them. I just used little buttons, wooden buttons that I threaded, and then one for the nose, and then the 2 little eyepieces. The little body part here, I made the coat go right around to the front, and then I put a heart, and then also a woolen heart made from the piece. But this one I actually did blanket stitch all the way around, and then a little woolen heart on top. On the back end, 3 times I had to do the tail. I tried it once in the wool. That did not work out because the tail's too small to be able to turn it through. So what I ended up doing was I tried it with the fabric for the body, and that didn't work either. So what I did was I just cut the 2 pieces, I put them together, and then just blanket stitched them around the edge. So all it is just a little bit of a blanket stitching, and there's his tail. And that way I was able to turn it and twist it to give it a little different shape. I also did a heart using some felt fabric. And then this one I sewed around, and I've got a tutorial on that will be posted with this. And then on the back, what I did do is I had a picture that my son had done of one of our second Dachshund, and this is Zeke, Z-E-K. And he drew this picture, I think it was on his first birthday, the puppy's birthday. And so I thought, I'm gonna print that out. And I just took 2 pieces of fabric, used a little bit of heat and bond in between, circled around. I took sort of a metal circle, and I just wrapped it around, which there's a tutorial for that on my website, and then just put a little piece of string on it, and there we have a picture of Zeke, Z-E-K. Our first one was called Zeke, but it was Z-E-K-E. So that was the story of my love for my dogs and the use of the memory of my mom making this for the puppies for Christmas. So I hope you enjoyed. I did enjoy doing it. There was only one thing I didn't like about the pattern, was that I found it very difficult to put any stuffing, to get the stuffing so it wouldn't, sort of bend into all of the feet. But overall, it turned out pretty good, and it'll go with my other memorabilia stuff of my Zeke and my two lovely pups. So on the bottom, I had a little bit of issues with my stitching, so I just put a little heart that I had blanket stitched around the edge, so that you can see that actually the little heart there, and that kind of covers up a little bit of a mess that was left there. But overall, I think he's pretty cute. So there you go. Thanks for watching.